Welcome to Caseback Watches, my name is Tim, and in this episode I'd like to speak about watch buyers, the different types of watch buyers. See, it's like nature, you have different species with different characteristics, and this is the same thing in the watch world. I've noticed that you have different types of buyers. And it's important to know and distinguish between those different types, because then you can maneuver in the right way to make business with that type of watch buyer. And I will tell you everything here, the characteristic and the role for the environment and social behavior, natural habitat and favorite nutrition. And at the end of this video, if you like the video, then please let me know in the comments if you want to see part 2, okay? Hit the subscribe button, then you get your notification for part 2. And so I think we should start now. Who wants a helium valve on his watch? Who wants that the chronograph works in 500-meter water depth without any malfunction? Salt water, please. Who can explain without any preparation a coaxial clutch? Who has not the slightest clue about precious metals and beautiful forms, beautiful proportions? The engineer, right, it's the engineer. And for the engineer, the watch is a testimony of human capabilities. Let's put it simple, he wears Carl Friedrich Gauss and Newton on his wrist. He's totally immune against status, rarity. He pays for the function of the watch. And his role for the environment, by the way, is really, really important, because he keeps the pressure high when it comes to the manufacturers. He doesn't let them get away with those lazy divers you can use with the bathtub of your newborn baby. Social behavior, as I said, totally immune against status and against prestige, against rarity, and so can be a modest and very pleasant companion, but sometimes colorblind. You find this in nature quite sometimes, that a species is colorblind, and so the engineer, it's not that he doesn't like your golden dress watch, he simply can't see it. Watch. For whom the watch industry invented that tool watch, size of a cookie plate, I would say, made of precious metal, 18 karat gold, and then completely iced out. The thing is waterproof down to the depth of an average hotel pool, and it costs between 20 and let's say 30,000 US dollars or euros for the show off. Exactly right. This can be a very simple type of buyer because there is no subtext, no subtle signs. The message here is very clear. I'm special, I'm strong, I'm the first predator in the row, and I could make you pregnant by staring a little bit too long at you. And he's easy to handle because basically he knows nothing about the watch. He's not interested in the specifications, in the movement and all this clutter. This is not very important. The important is the price and the bling. And the good thing here is his role in the environment is to add exactly that, to add bling. So that you have something nice to look at, but you don't have to spend your own cash on it. So it's very, very, very convenient situation for us if we see the show off in the hotel pool with his iced out watch. And yes, he will enter the hotel pool. Of course, he is concerned about damaging his watch, but the need to show it is way stronger, and so that you can see your heavy hitter in the hotel pool. Be happy about it. We have enough, let's say, gray meisters around. We need sometimes the flamingo to enjoy our planet, to say, that's beautiful, that's a beautiful place, I'm in it. Thank you very much, Mr. Show Off. And sometimes I've noticed that the show off buyer or the show off collector can turn into something beyond. Because when his first appetite is satisfied, then he can take some interest in movements and technology and the history of the brand. He reads then some articles, and then he's in danger to evolve in the final collector, the final buyer who subordinates everything except the watch. Social behavior, very simple. If you like the watch, then he's your best friend, and if you don't, then let's forget this. Natural habitat is Miami and Brisbane. Favorite nutrition is AP, Patek Philippe et Richard Mille. Patina is not rust. Scratches are not whacked metal, and a nice engraving is not a ruined caseback. And a wartime complication is not useless. By the way, I'm wearing the Tissot Navigator word time complication. And he sees the watch not as the watch, it's a testimony of human history. He wears the heritage of our forefathers on the wrist, and he knows that. He knows context. Sometimes, although he knows so much context that he cannot differentiate anymore between an historic artifact and cheap old clutter. And his role in the environment, he keeps independent watchmakers in shape. He is exactly the reason why you can buy nowadays vintage pieces in good shape. Or let's put it more drastically, he is one of the last bastions against the greedy industry which wants to sell us the new watches. So be grateful if you meet the relic. Be kind, because social behavior, he is a little bit shy. First, he's always concerned about rougher environments because it's fragile, the thing, and he's concerned about watch snobs because they excuse me, they continue to tell him that he has old clutter on the wrist and not the historic timepiece. But then he can be a very nice and modest person because he doesn't see himself as the bright star on the horizon. He sees himself as a sparkle in human history. Natural habitat is vintage watch fair, the museum, the flea market, watch forums, and his favorite nutrition is Lemania and Landeron. He's alone in the jungle. Alone in the jungle, surrounded by other species, by other animals, dangerous animals, boring animals, very beautiful animals, exotic animals, rusty animals, slimy animals, thorny animals. Very interesting. And he can evolve in every type of those animals and every type of watch buyer, but he has no clue in which type. And so right now he's following the trend because the trend is our friend. And then he absorbs every bit of information he can get in this stream. He learns everything about bezel colors. He learns everything about crowns, movements, materials, brands. He knows everything. He absorbs everything. He can turn tomorrow into a butterfly or a piranha, and so he wants to be prepared. And his role for the environment is very important. He absorbs everything the industry spits out. So he puts enormous amounts of cash in the watch industry and the watch world, and he also absorbs other timepieces the more experienced collectors don't want anymore. Social behavior, very friendly, very open, at least in the beginning. He helps people. He is happy when more experienced people address him, and so very, very nice companion, maybe the nicest companion in the entire watch world. Natural habitat around the world. You can find him on every continent and every country, and his favorite nutrition is Rolex and Squale. Squale. Okay, that's all. Those were my first 4 types of watch collectors or watch buyers, and if you want to have part 2, then as I said, please put it in the comments. And if you want to see more progress of the Diesel Punk executive bag, it's nearly ready, then follow me on Instagram, or I have another project. This is another suit. I can show you this as well on Instagram. Very interesting. I've bought this today. Very, very cool fabric. But I think that's not the topic of this video right now. I should stop here, right? I should stop. This is for another episode. And so if you want to see more progress, then please join me on Instagram. And now let me thank you very much for your attention, and maybe until next time. Let's play something different.
Everybody loves my baby, but my baby don't love nobody but me. Nobody but me. Oh, everybody wants my baby, but my baby don't want nobody but me. And it's plain to see. She's got got a foam like Venus, honest, I ain't talking Greek. No one else can come between us. She's my Sheba, I'm a chic. Everybody loves my baby, but my baby don't love nobody but me. Nobody but. Everybody loves my baby, but my baby don't love nobody but me. Nobody but me. Oh, everybody wants my baby, but my baby don't want nobody but me. And that's plain to see. She's got a form like Venus, honest, I ain't talking Greek. No one else can come between us. She's my Sheba, I'm a chic. Everybody loves my baby, but my baby don't love nobody but me. Nobody but me. Nobody but me. Nobody but me, nobody but me.